Good morning, blue collar workers. This is episode 3, and we're going to get an update about Rocco's new job. Stay tuned. So, Rocco, how you've been at the job like 2 weeks, 3 weeks now?
Uh, 5 weeks. I think that Monday will be 5 weeks.
5 weeks. Jesus.
Yeah, because I've already completed 3 weeks, and this is the last week of the pay period. And pay period's 2 weeks, so I'm like 5 weeks.
Okay. Awesome. You can't see this right now, but my right eye, I woke up and it was swollen. Have you ever get like the sleepy things in your eyes,
Um,
and then you like clear it out?
like crust and sleepies and shit.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, but it's been honestly. So the last time I experienced that was back in Long Beach when I was eating a lot of fast food, particularly Jack in a Box. I would get weird shit in my eyes, and as soon as I stopped eating fast food, that shit went away. Isn't that weird?
Really? Okay.
Yeah,
Interesting. I
yeah.
did eat a greasy cheeseburger because like the thing is I had so much like crusties, my eye was shut. Like I couldn't open it.
Ugh.
Like the eyelashes were like woven shut.
Oh shit, that's nasty, dude.
Yeah. It was gross. So so give me an update on the job. Tell them the story of the whole review thing.
Review thing, man. So I'm 5 weeks into my new gig. I left my last shop because I was not happy there. I wasn't making good money. The shop wasn't organized, and there was really no room for advancement. And now I'm at this new place, and man, so much has happened, dude. The guy that interviewed me and hired me got fired like the week after I started. So I've been like 1 full week, and then that Monday, he was getting ready. Chris is the guy, the service manager that hired me. He was getting ready to hire another technician. He did on Monday. He hired another technician. He moved one of the loop techs as a lot porter. And then one of our other technicians, Nathaniel, he was going to put in his 2 week notice that day. And as he's walking up to put in his 2 week notice, he sees our boss getting talked to. And he got let go at 3 o'clock in the afternoon. And then we got a new service manager. Like, it's interesting timing because as soon as I showed up, all these changes are being implemented. And I think in episode 2, we talked about like if there was any red flags at this new job. And I said, not really. And it really wasn't. Like, I guess the biggest red flags is like the dealership itself is run down. It's old. It's physically been there for a long time, and there's been talks of basically building a new building for the dealership, but it's been going on for like 3 years, so no one thinks it's going to happen. And then I get hired, and within a week, the service manager gets fired because the dealership numbers are low, and they need everyone's numbers to be up. The techs weren't making 40 hours every week, and the service managers weren't, the service writers weren't making money. So I guess I see that as a good thing. And since the new service manager has come in, he's fixed the plumbing in the entire building. Like the employee bathroom or the technician bathroom is like, and it's been fixed. We actually just got our plumbing fixed. We got all the landscapers in, redoing all the landscaping and the lighting. Like, I guess they're trying to make this building up to par until they get the new building. So that's really cool. I'm enjoying that, and my hours have been up, and I've been learning the system for Kia. Like, it's called Cages. It's basically like their version of Identifix, and using their tech line. And I've been doing a lot of Kia University, a lot of training. I'm like 49% into the training already. So it's been a whole different experience. Like, stress level at work has been like almost
Much lower.
non-existent. Like, I mean, there's the typical frustrations of like while you're in the midst of like a diagnosis or something like that, or learning the processes with like the paperwork, but it's nothing near what I experienced working at the last 2 shops. So that's been really nice. And
Nice.
I guess a couple of things is when the new service manager took over, our schedule used to be 8 to 5, and then he wanted to change us from 7:30 to 5:30. So my shop foreman came up to me. He's like, "Hey, Donnie wants us to start coming in at 7:30." I just cut him off. I'm like, "I can't do that. I got hired for 8 to 5." I said, "I can't come in any earlier, dude. I can't do that." He's like, "Okay, no problem." So the next morning they had a meeting, obviously at 7:30. So I show up at 8 o'clock, and the new service manager says, "Yeah, Adam says you can't make it in at 7:30, so we thought you'd be our 8 to 6 guy." And I said, "I don't know how half an hour translates to an hour, but I'm not going to do that either." I'm like, "I've already been here 2 weeks, and I pumped out 100 hours in those 2 weeks, so you guys know what I'm capable of." I said, "I'm going to come in at 8 to 5, because if you have me come in early and late, then it's going to affect my family time, and my quality of work is going to go way down. Is that going to be a problem?" And my boss looked at me and went, "No." I said, "Okay, cool."
Yeah, yeah. I mean, you're cranking out cars.
I
You're
am.
fixing a lot.
I,
So
I, I am busting out cars. In fact, the last engine job I did for a Kia Soul 2 days ago, I did it in 3.9 hours. And warranty book time is 6.6. Customer pay book time is 15. So I'm definitely not going over. So that's good. I mean, pumping an engine out in 4 hours, like from literally start to finish, I had it running, pulling out of my bay in like just under 4 hours. I think that's phenomenal. I could probably do 2 a day if I set it up right.
how did you feel when they basically were going to tell you got to work an hour more?
I was ready to look for a new job. I told
Really?
him, I'm like, "If this is going to be a problem, I'm going to leave." He looked at me. I'm like, "I'm serious." I'm like, "I will get divorced." I said, "I spent the last year not seeing my kids all fucking day." I said, I told him straight up, I'm like, "It's the first time in a year I've seen my kids in the morning." I said, "Usually I don't get home till 6:30, 7 o'clock at night. I'm seeing my kids for 15 minutes a day, sir." I said, I can't do that. I need my time with my family. And you know what I'm capable of. You've seen me here for the last 2 weeks." And he was cool with it. So everybody else comes in 7:30 to 5:30, and I'm there 8 to 5. And that's what it is, man.
Sounds like the conversation was, I guess, not stressful,
Sorry,
or
someone.
like well, like I guess was the conversation getting like heated, or did you feel heated
Oh,
in
no,
the conversation?
no, not at all. In
Okay,
fact, I made sure I wasn't heated, but I told him
that's
straight
good.
up, "This is what it is." And he looked at me, and he didn't say a word, and he just happened to bring in like 4 or 5 dozen like Krispy Kreme donuts. So the end of the conversation, I just grabbed the donut and went, "Thanks for the donuts," and walked away.
Yeah, yeah. He's he brings in donuts the day he's gonna piss everybody off. He already knows.
Yep, yep. But it's been cool. I mean, and what's really nice is like, he's been really sincere about it. Like, he's come up to me a couple times, like, "Hey, man, it's 5:15. Don't you have to get the fuck out of here?" I'm like, "You're right, sir. Thank you," and I leave. So
Oh,
like,
okay, okay.
he's been really cool about it. And at the same time, I'm doing the best of my ability to be the best technician that they want. If I had to work side by side with somebody, I'm trying to be that person. And I think that they see that. Like, even Melissa, the warranty girl, she commented, she's like, "I love how you come in here with a smile and you always ask questions before you do something, because it really saves me a lot of time." And I'm like, "Well, that's the whole point." Like, I want to make money, and I want to make sure I'm flagging my hours right, and I don't want things to get charged back to the dealer or to me, because then we're not making money.
Right.
So far, it's been great, dude. I'm enjoying it. It's been really nice.
Yeah. But tell the listeners about the that lady left a review on Google.
Oh, yeah. So it was like, like my second week there, I think. My old coworker from Wilson Tire, Nina, she sends me a text message. She's like, "Hey, man, how's Kia Franklin?" How the fuck did you know I'm even here, dude? Like, I don't know anybody that knows you. And she's like, "Oh, they called me." I'm like, "Really?" She's like, "Yeah, they called me and asked your judge of character and all that, yada yada." And I'm like, "Oh man, I'm so glad you answered the phone and not Brian." So I guess they just called to confirm, who I was and stuff. And then as we're talking, she's like, "Yeah, my car's there right now." I'm like, "Really?" She's like, "Yeah." So I walk into my service manager. I'm like, "Hey, is there a car with Nina's, I can't pronounce her last name, Yakovitz or whatever, her tag on?" He's like, "Yeah, it's right here." I'm like, "That's my old coworker. Can I work on that car?" He's like, "Yeah." He hands me the ticket. He was there for a P1326, the engine knocking, check engine light, which would have been a bad engine, but she just ran her engine low on oil. And sometimes when you run them low on oil, the oil cavitates and it can cause a knocking sound. So after her car sat there for 2 weeks, I got a hold of it. I took care of it in like a day and a half, and because I know her, I just kept communication with her directly and bypassed the service writer, and then got her taken care of. And then she left me a review on Google, and basically saying how awesome I was, mentioning me my name, and I guess that news spread like wildfire across the dealership because everybody was talking about it. So
Yeah,
that was kind
was
of cool.
that was like in the first or second week, right?
Yeah, it was like the second week I was there.
Yeah, that was like perfect, new guy thing to happen.
Yeah, so I've actually gotten other compliments. People have come and talked to the manager directly because whenever I'm on the service drive or I walk through the waiting room, because sometimes I have to get to the service drive, I greet everybody. If I see a customer standing there or if they're wandering around aiming with me, it's in my nature naturally to be like, hey, can you help with anything? What's going on? So
Yeah.
I'm just naturally the way they want me to be. Like when you go through the beginning of the training classes at Kia, they're like, they want you to be that way. They want you to be on the service drive. They want you to talk to customers. I'm like, hell yeah, I'm going to be that guy. So I'm that guy. And everybody there loves it. They love that I walk by, I help people. They love that I want to bring customers back and look at their cars if they're waiting. So all that stuff's pretty cool.
Yeah, that's great. Yeah, because what was I gonna say? When you're like an employee, no one wants like I call it a point and shoot employee, where you just like you have to tell them exactly what to do. Where if like when you're doing that kind of stuff, you're almost like taking ownership and like taking like pride of your work and almost you're hired as a mechanic. You weren't hired to talk to random people walking through the shop. But like when you do that like extra stuff and like be mindful of like well as the company, as the owner, as the shop, like it's not a good idea to have random people walking through the shop. So when you talk to them, or when you do things like get a Google review, like you as a mechanic, you're not trained to optimize on Google reviews, but when you think of that kind of stuff, it just like yeah, that's amazing. Uh, yeah, like with grip mat, whatever, there'd be someone who just kind of like think like on a little higher level. It just was like so great. So that's amazing, dude. Yeah, anyone listening, I made Rocco a QR code that goes to goes to your guys' Google account for more reviews. Were you able to use
Yeah.
that? I mean, I didn't realize that the lady was like your friend or like your past coworker.
She was a past coworker, but I have it on my phone and I've had 2 people scan it.
Okay.
So it's definitely there. So I had a lady come in. It was like the end of the day, and one of the service writers, Derek, just happened to be up front. He's like, "Hey, can you bring your scanner up front and scan this vehicle real quick?" I'm like, "Sure."
Oh.
So I'm scanning her car and going around the vehicle, and the customer's right there. So I'm talking with her, communicating with her, and I basically did what I normally do in my stall right there in front of her. As I'm standing in the car, I looked over her vehicle. I'm like, well, you need an oil change, you need an air filter, you definitely need rear brakes right now. If you want to go ahead and get yourself in for the oil change at the very least, I can try and diagnose your concerns. Your car was like randomly shutting off or not turning back on or something like that. Like I just need time with it. And she's like, okay, cool. And then through that, I was like, hey, if you appreciate the service I do, scan this and leave me a review. And she's like, yeah. And she did. And then she wound up turning the car in and getting another car completely. So her car turned into a used car inspection. And I wound up doing everything that it needed anyway because it has to be safe for the lot. And then that car got sold. What was it? Today's Friday. It got sold Wednesday, and then it got towed back yesterday with a transmission concern.
Oh.
Completely unrelated. Yeah. So there's a service bulletin for the CVT transmissions, and I guess they can throw a couple of codes and have like weird pressure problems. So after the car got released, like literally the lady drove it one day, came back. Wasn't anything I did, but I was able to go in, diagnose it, and determine that she had 2 different warranty coverages. There's a campaign for that transmission
Mm.
to replace it for free, and then she's still under powertrain.
Yeah.
So I was really quickly able to get it diagnosed, get the transmission ordered, and still take care of the customer. And the general service manager of the dealership on the sales side, he was really happy I got that customer taken care of. So we'll see what happens with that. He already, I guess he told the customer like my name, and I was working on the car beforehand, and I went and took care of it, and they were pretty happy about that. So when the transmission comes in Monday, I'm going to knock that out and get the customer taken care of. And I might get a review out of that. We'll see. I don't know. But I'm definitely handling shit more than the other technicians are, and I know that these guys appreciate it. So, plus, I enjoy doing it. It makes me happy.
Yeah, nice. So one of my friends was listening. She listened to like the first half of the first episode, and was just like listening how you just like quit your job and was like going to the next job. And she goes, "Is this guy jumping out of the frying pan into the fire?" Have you ever heard that phrase?
Yeah.
I've never heard that phrase. I thought it was so funny. And I was like, no, I think he's actually in the fire. He was in the frying pan before. So, but I was like, I don't know what that means. And she's like, it means you're jumping out of a bad situation to a worse situation. So, but anyway, it sounds like you're not in the fire is what I was thinking of when you were talking. But
no, definitely not, man. It's been a great transition.
cool.
Yeah.
And then so the third episode I tried to record with Rocco had
That was deep.
a lot of tech issues, and yeah, I think
It was so deep, dude.
yeah, part of me wishes that I got that on recording, but I think it's better I didn't. So yeah, it just was like a lot of stuff coming up with family, a lot of like you and your wife weren't seeing eye to eye, and yeah, I just wanted to hear how that's been going because like
Dude.
anyone who's listening, what happened was with Rocco's new job, he's working an hour later. So therefore, him and his wife are spending time together in the morning instead of trying to do it in the evening, where Rocco's stressed and tired, she's stressed and tired at the end of the day, and then okay, hey, let's hang out. Where it's we can hang out in the morning fresh. And then that's why Rocco was so adamant on like, if I gotta come in earlier, like I'm literally gonna get divorced. So yeah. So yeah.
Now
Go ahead, Rocco.
that situation, bro, is also a complete 180, dude. Like it's so different from 2 months ago. I mean, I can't even say 5 weeks ago because honestly, like it goes beyond that. I mean, we've been in the rut, and I mean, even to that point where I told you I couldn't talk to my wife that night, and then the next morning we talked, and we were able to, communicate and actually bond a little bit. It's from that moment on, we have both been on the same page. We have both been kinder to each other. We've been more considerate towards each other's feelings. Even when we get frustrated in the lash out, in that moment, we realize what we do and apologize and bring our levels back down. And I haven't experienced this with my wife, dude. If I have, it hasn't been in a really long time where like we're gonna fight. I mean, couples fight or have disagreements, I guess is a better way to say it. But like the last few weeks have been way better. We can have a disagreement and either agree to disagree and still be chill and like happy about it, or get to each other's same page where we're figuring shit out and we're like, okay, I see where you're coming from type thing. So it's that situation's been better on top of the fact that my schedule, we've been trying to stick to a schedule with the kids. We've been spending time at night together. Despite me being exhausted, I just push through it and I help out as much as I can because I know she needs the help, and that's been helping. And we've been waking up early and we've been spending time together in the morning. We've been exercising in the morning together. The kids still get up early, but it's cool because I'm seeing them in the morning now, and they're supposed to be up by 7, but they're still waking up at like 5:30. My little son is so awesome. But
oh yeah. Okay.
Yeah. The last week though, it's been better, like 6:30, which is better than 5:30. So, but it is what it is. At least I get to see him in the morning now, which is cool. So,
Yeah. What you guys are doing an exercise in the morning? That's kind of cool.
yeah. So she does eccentrics. So there's this program by Miranda Esmond White on like PBS or something like that. She has her own program. She has her own app. And she's like, dude, she's 77 years old. You look at this girl, you never know she's 77. And she does this thing called classical stretch, where you basically
Is she single?
do these. She might be single. I know she's got a daughter, and she's never talked to her husband. Because I asked my wife that,
older
I'm
women.
like, that'd be the one, dude.
That'd be the one. If you're gonna pick one, that's the one.
Oh, that's funny shit. So yeah, my wife's been doing that program for a while because she's got like hypermobility issues. Like she can overbend things, so she has to focus on not overbending.
Your wife?
Yeah, like her joints.
Oh, it goes too far. Like the
Yeah, she's got hypermobility. Like she can bend all of her appendages more than they can, and that can actually hurt your body. So she's got to remember to stop and things like that. And she has to strengthen, I guess, her muscles. I forget. She knows more than me. I'm still having a hard time processing it, but I support it and I understand it. And my oldest daughter has it a little bit, so that exercise works for her. And then I've got mobility problems because I've been driving a lot, especially as a mobile technician. So like my right ankle particularly, I don't have full range of it anymore, and it's been hurting really bad. And I've been focusing on my health for the last year. I've lost, as of this morning, 63 pounds.
63 pounds?
63 pounds. And
Wow.
I've been doing mobility stretches with my wife. I've also been doing exercises and stretches on my own, trying to get mobility back in my ankles and getting my health back. I got like 57 more pounds to go, bro.
How much do you weigh?
Target weight.
How much do you weigh?
I'm at 280. I'm at 282 right now.
282. Okay. So
I
you were at
wanna get
like
down to
3.
225.
You were 3
Yeah.
something.
Yeah.
Damn. What
That's what
changed?
happens when you have what changed. I got tired of feeling like shit, dude.
And you were just like, lose weight. Like, did you stop eating something, or did you start exercising more? Or?
Both. I stopped eating.
Okay.
Like legitimately, like right now, I don't have a choice. But over the last year, I've been intermittent fasting and fasting on purpose. And I've eliminated all fast food. I've eliminated most of the processed foods. Like, I mean, there's still some cheeses and stuff like that, but like for the most part, I eat as clean as I can. My wife cooks everything at home. She makes homemade sourdough. We make everything we can from scratch. My calorie intake has been far less. I don't eat 3 meals a day. In fact, when I don't eat, I feel better. If I eat more than once a day, or if I eat like I used to, I feel lethargic. My brain is cloudy. I feel bloated, and I don't feel good. I feel better with less food in my system. And I have a lot of energy stored, so I've been using my stored energy to survive, and it's been working really well. And I've been doing a lot of research on that and making sure I stay healthy. I've been taking vitamins and things like that, and I've been really in tune with my body. But what I've been doing has been working for me. I've done this in the past when Gina and I had Daphne, our second kid, back in 2017. Prior to her getting pregnant, we had gone on a health thing, and I'd lost a bunch of weight then too. And where I'm at right now is basically where I got to right before my wife got pregnant with Daphne. I lost a little more weight, but then between Daphne being born and like 2022, it all came back and then some, dude. And and it was just a combination of things. It was like the move here, depression, all the shit, dude. Not getting along with my wife, being stressed out with her kids, not taking care of myself. And that's when I mentioned in an earlier episode, like, right before I turned 43, I made a change because I needed to do something about it. And I did this change all on my own behind the scenes. I didn't tell anybody about it. I didn't tell my wife about it. Just did it. And here we are. I'm like a whole lot lighter. I'm feeling a whole lot better. My clothes fit better.
That's good.
And like I said, I want to keep going. I want it just to be the year that I get down to where I want to be and stay there. So that's my goal for 45, man. Is I want to be down to my target weight, and I want to look and feel amazing because I don't want to look like I'm old. I don't want to feel like I'm old. You know,
Yeah.
and I have the ability to change that. And this is the only body I have, so I got to make it count, especially if I'm going to be around for these kids.
Yeah. Yeah, I support that. Like, I feel like, so my dad's a truck driver, my uncle's a truck driver, and I feel like really any like blue collar workers that are like focused on health or like fitness, it's the ones that have like a job that makes them physically fit. So like roofing or like all the roofers are like jacked and ripped, but it's
Yeah.
like the trucking industry is pretty rough. Like I worked in this tent factory and I remember this guy who I worked with, he ended up buying a car from my parents. And one day I was just like thinking about it and I'm like, yo, you're 10 years younger than my parents. This dude looked 10 years older than my parents, at least. And I was just like, I didn't say anything, but I was just like, wait, how old are you, dude? Like, bro, what are you doing? and and what's funny is I didn't know much about like nutrition until I quarantined. With, well, during the pandemic, I quarantined with a nutritionist, and I was
Right. I
like,
remember that.
yeah, I was like, I don't know like much about this stuff, but like I take protein after I work out. I was like, if there's one thing I shouldn't eat, what would that be? And she's like, do not eat sugar. Don't eat anything with added sugar. And in 2 weeks, I had a six pack. Like I watched it super close. She's like, if you want anything that's sweet, you eat fruit. And she's like, don't even eat honey. I was like, honey's good, right? She's like, don't eat it. Don't eat it. It's just like, it affects your body in a way that's like, acts like normal sugar or like normal added sugar. And and I didn't realize like how much I ate sugar and how much I like sugar of just like eating ice cream and I love chocolate milk and I was just like wait I can't eat this and she's like no so I got some like protein powder that's like sugar free and I would just like add that to smoothies and I like the taste of it. It was like a cookies and cream taste. And then people would say like, "Whoa, you don't know like there's sweetener in there. You don't know what that is." I was like, I get that you don't know like there's a less track record on this like artificial sweetener, but there is a track record on added sugar, and it will give you diabetes. So, I'd rather take the mystery poison than the one that I know will kill me. So, yeah. Anyway,
Straight poison for the win.
yeah. So, Rocco, you might might take you 3 weeks till you get your six pack, but.
Oh, bro, it's been going on a year. I still don't have a cigarette. I mean, it's there. I can feel it like inside, but I got a lot of protection hiding it right now.
Yeah. Do you do you watch your sugar?
I don't take any sugar right now. I'm
Okay.
sugar free.
Nice, nice,
I haven't had any sugar in like 4 weeks. I don't even
nice.
put sugar in my coffee. So I used to put like a teaspoon of maple syrup in my coffee, and even that, I guess 1 tablespoon is like basically your entire day's worth of sugar. Even though it's natural, technically, it's not processed sugar. It's still your body sees it the same. So I
Mm.
eliminated that to the point where now, like, I went and bought I bought a like a mocha fucking coffee from my favorite coffee place like a week or two ago. I couldn't even finish it, dude. I got like maybe halfway through, and I was like, I can't do it. I can't.
Too
It's not
sweet.
appetizing anymore. Too
Yeah,
sweet.
yeah. There's a point where
I
like
went shopping, grocery shopping last night, dude. And when I was grocery shopping last night, usually like for the holidays, like we'll have the little baby cakes for like Valentine's Day and shit. And I always get some for like me and my wife and the kid. I couldn't even eat. Sorry.
yeah,
It made me nauseous just to look at it, dude. I was like, I don't even want it.
there's a point where
I have
like
zero.
thing like when I would eat something that had sugar, it would just be like
Okay.
taste extra sweet after a while. Yeah. So hey Rocco,
Yeah, I can't do it anymore, dude. It's too
kind
much
of
for
cutting
me.
out a
It doesn't
bit.
even taste good. It tastes
You
gross.
mentioned in the past, so when you got the new job, you were like kind of
You got quiet. You still there? Did
yeah,
I
you hear
lose
me?
you? Okay, yeah, yeah,
I
yeah.
can hear you. So when you got the new job, you were talking about basically the old job. You were having issues getting like billing hours properly. So then you were kind of
Yeah,
like in a financial pickle for a while.
I'm still in a financial pickle, bro.
Okay. Are you coming out of
That's
it
why.
with the new
That's
job
why I
though?
have. That's why I have. I there's a light at the end of the tunnel.
Okay.
So I don't know why I picked this up. If I can leave it here. I'm fucking stupid. There's a light. Because of the way my paychecks fell, and because I wasn't making money the last 3 weeks, I didn't pay my rent until the 23rd when I got paid. And this fucking sucks, dude. Because on the 21st, if you don't pay, they send you to the attorney to start the eviction process. So they did that. So I had to pay another late fee on top of that. So I paid like,
Mm,
fuck, dude, like $2,900 for rent on the 23rd. And it basically left me with like no fucking money. I ran out of money. I have no money right now. Actually, as of right now, I'm negative because they just took my daughter's homeschool class out. So that's
damn.
where I'm at. And I have today and tomorrow to finish booking hours for my paycheck on the 8th, and my rent's due on by the 5th. So it's going to be late again. So I have to pay another late fee, but I'll be able to pay rent on the 8th, and then hopefully the cycle ends right there because I'll have two more paychecks before rent's due again. But at the same time, the 8th is my daughter's birthday, and I don't have anything for my daughter's birthday, dude. I don't have fucking balloons. I don't have a cake. I don't have
Mm,
decorations. So like I get paid on her birthday, but it's her 10th birthday. So usually for birthdays, you wake up to a decorated living room because it's a special day. So that's that's what I'm dealing with right now. But like I said, I mean, it is what it is. I'm making it work, and there's always a light at the end of the tunnel. And anything can happen between now and next Friday.
yeah. Yeah. Gotcha, man.
And once I get to next Friday, hopefully that's when all the dust settles, and then from there we can get back on track and then get caught up again. So, because I'm making money here, I mean, I'm making decent money here, dude. I mean, my first full paycheck, dude, after taxes was like $3,600, you
Yeah.
know, and I'm
Yeah.
on track to do the same thing on this paycheck. And if I can keep that up, then I'll be fine. It's just
Yeah. The
got a little
first
more suffering to do.
first few months will be a little rough. Yeah.
Yeah,
Are you at work now?
yeah. I just pulled up, but I got like 10 minutes.
Okay. Gotcha. Cool, man. Well, it sounds like everything's going much better than before. Still getting the finances
It
ironed
is.
out.
It is. I mean, I can only do so much. I mean, some things I mean, what are you going to do, dude? I'm doing everything I can. I can either be upset and stressed about it, or I can continue to live my life and be grateful for everything I do have. And right now, all my bills are paid. I'm driving a nice truck. I still have gas in it. I got gas in my wife's car. I got an awesome job. I'm booking hours. So I'm still, I'm happy.
Yeah.
And at this point in time, I can afford to not eat. So that's what I've been doing. I've been consciously fasting and making sure the kids have food because I'm able to do that. And like I said, it'll be one more week, dude. I'll be fine. I just
Cool,
gotta
man.
make it 7 more days.
Yeah. 7 day fast.
The longest fast I've done was 5,
No
so I know
food.
I could probably do it if I. Yeah,
Damn.
I'm trying to reset my body. Like when you fast, certain things happen at certain hours of your fast. So like you reset your metabolism, and your body starts healing itself. And I've been trying to do those things because I'm at disease. I have pain in my ankle. um, I've been trying to, I guess, clear out all the shit in my system and reset myself so I have better metabolism and stuff like that. So all the benefits, I mean, I can't think of it off the top of my head, but I've been researching this. There's benefits to doing it in a certain way, and I've been trying to do that in a certain way. And, when I get hungry, I eat. I find food, because when you're hungry, you find food, but right now I'm fine. So I haven't been hungry. I can't tell you the last time I've physically been hungry because it's mental. Like once you get past the mental part of it, I don't think I've experienced hunger, like actual hunger yet. I might in like 57 more pounds. But right now I don't experience it at all. I actually feel better the less I eat, which is weird.
Yeah.
I can't comprehend that.
Yeah, the nutritionist at quarantine was she was like, don't eat sugar, and then she was explaining like a lot of people are actually under eating, but like if you count your macros, like your fats, carbs, and proteins, a lot of people are overeating their fats and carbs and like under eating their protein. So like if you get let's say a Big Mac, the only protein that's really in there is going to be like in the meat, and then like the meat is like very fatty, so like you're not really getting proper proportion amount of protein. So
Right.
what she would have me do is just like eat, like focus the diet more on eating protein, and I was eating as much food as I could, and it was just like I was just still like getting super fit because I was just like focused on eating the protein, where that was just like a category I wasn't really focusing on before. But
right.
Neither of us should be giving nutrition advice.
No, I shouldn't be giving nutrition advice right now at all because, I mean, look at me, dude. Would you take advice from me? I wouldn't.
Yeah.
I mean, soon maybe. I mean, if you see the progress pics, you'd be like, all right, maybe I do know what I'm talking about. It works for me anyway. I don't fucking know.
Yeah. The ankle that ankle issue's got to be kind of rough when you're on your feet all day.
It sucks. It sucks fucking balls, dude. And I the only thing I can come to terms with is because I drive a lot and it's the foot I literally use to accelerate with. That's why I feel what I feel. So I stretch it out. I've been doing, exercises for it, and I got days where it sucks and I got days where it feels better. But ultimately, I need rest, but it's hard to be off my feet because I'm always on my fucking feet, dude. From the moment I wake up to the moment I go to bed, even on my days off, I try to rest and be off my feet. I just can't do it because I'm always doing something with the kids or something. So it's just hard. So that is making the healing process probably a little longer than it needs to be.
Yeah. Gotcha. All right, brother. I'm gonna let you get to work. Glad for I love the progress update. You're definitely a 180. First episode, you're driving to quit your job. Now you're driving to a job you like. So it's amazing.
It's really nice. I appreciate it.
Yeah. All right, brother.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be signing off. Love you, man.
I love you too, man. You have a great day, brother. I'll talk to you soon.